Can you take the championship from DNZ? This year, you can play our football pick'em on CBS Sports and compete against us in an option every week. Check the link in our Instagram bio, Fade Route Podcast, for all the details and to sign up. Then tune into the Fade Route every week until the Super Bowl for updates and standings. Bring it on.
It's Red Light, Green Light 1, 2, 3 with D and Z. Here are your hosts, D and Z. Welcome everybody to Red Light, Green Light 1, 2, 3 with D and Z. I am Z, and here's how it goes. D and I are going to give you our top 1, 2, 3 fantasy starts or green light, and 1, 2, 3 fantasy sits or red lights. We're going to start with our green lights first. And remember, guys, it's playoff time, so you want to get as many great players into your lineup as you can. Who are your green lights, D?
Yep, so first off, I'm going to start with Joe Flacco. Said it during the show. I'm all about Joe. I like him against the Bears D. Who knows? It might be a shootout. Joe Flacco is a starter for me. Number 2, Garrett Wilson. Zach gives him at least 10 targets a game, so he's definitely going to get the opportunity this weekend against the Miami Dolphins. And number 3, I'm going with the Saints D. I don't believe in Tommy DeVito going down to New Orleans as much as Z does. He's coming off a good game, but it's hard to go play against Dennis Allen in the Big Easy. So I'm going to take the Saints D.
Solid choices. Solid choices. I'm going to start with Jake Browning against the Vikings. That the Bengals are better than the Raiders, so I think they'll put up more than 0 against the Vikings. And Browning has looked really good in this small sample size. He looks like a competent quarterback. The team is running on all cylinders. I expect a big game from Mr. Jake Browning. Number 2, I'm taking the Browns defense against the Bears. All right? Myles Garrett, solid. And he's going to make Justin Fields look like the Justin Fields of old. And my 3rd green light, I'm going to have to go with Puka Nacua against the Commies. So they're going to have a long day ahead of them trying to stop the Rams offense. And I think Nacua is going to be the guy that benefits the most. But those are our green lights. Who are your red lights, D?
All right, red light number 1. I'm going with Stroud. I'm not sure if he's going to play, but if he plays, coming off of a concussion against the Titans defense now, no thanks. Not during playoff time, so I'm out on Stroud. Number 2, I picked Dallas to beat Buffalo, but I still don't like the Dallas D. I just don't trust them to go up to Buffalo and shut Buffalo down. Even in the past game, Z alluded to, they only had, I think, 1 sack. They had a couple of turnovers, but again, I'm not all aboard with them going up to Buffalo. And number 3 might surprise you. It's Travis Etienne. I just don't like his matchup against the Ravens, and I don't like the way he's been playing the last couple of weeks.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. I got a few quarterbacks on this list. I'm going to start with Jared Goff against the Broncos. Broncos defense is playing well under Vance Joseph, and Jared Goff has developed a bit of a turnover problem. So that's not good. I would avoid Jared Goff this weekend. Number 2, Tua against the Jets. Mostly because I don't know what the hell they're going to deploy with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle possibly injured. Yeah, you can run it with Mostert, you can run it with Wilson, but at the end of the day, you're going to need to do something offensively, through the air. you're going to have to do something. And you have DJ Reed and you have Sauce Gardner. So, like, even if you try and move the ball through the air, no guarantees at all. And number 3, sit Trevor Lawrence against the Ravens. The Ravens have a good D. Trevor Lawrence is hurt. He is clearly hurt with that high ankle sprain. I would avoid him altogether. Those are our green lights and our red lights. What are yours? Hit us up, faderoutemail@gmail.com. Slide in those DMs on IG at FadeRoutePodcast and drop us a DM on X at FadeRouteDNZ. Time for us to run the go route again. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you like what you heard and want to hear more, be sure to like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Rate us 5 stars, leave us a review, turn on subscription notifications, and tell your friends. Spread the word, spread it wide.